Rahma Radio. 97.3 Rahma Radio. 97.3 Rahma Radio. 97.3 Rahma Radio.
الله يخليك يا عز إنسان، الله يخليك يا ريبي والهان، الله يخليك.
This is Rahma Radio, transmitting on 97.3 FM, the People's Delight. It's for Grace time to join the National Police Department program conference of news.
The Senate has adjourned plenary till April 7th. The Chief of Staff to President Muhammad Buhari, Abba Kyari, has tested positive for coronavirus disease. A People's Democratic Party member representing Cross River North Senatorial District in the National Assembly state, China announced that a lockdown will be lifted on more than 50 million people in central Hubei. Details shortly. My name is Mohammed Umar Kegama. Today is Tuesday, the 24th of March, 2020. Now the details of the news. The federal government has issued stay-at-home order for federal civil servants at grade levels 1 to 12 as a precautionary measure against the spread of coronavirus in the country. A circular signed to that effect by the head of the civil service of the Federation, Falasha Demiasan, said all non-essential public servants on grade levels 1 to 12 must stay at home compulsorily from March 24, 2020. The circular was copied to the Chief of Staff to the President, Deputy Chief of Staff to the Vice President, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, all ministers, ministers of state, all permanent secretaries, Accountant General of the Federation, Auditor General of the Federation, and other principal officers in government. There was tension among National Assembly workers, journalists, and staff of private establishment within the complex on Monday as the federal lawmakers prepared to resume plenary today. The presidency's letter to the leadership of the federal parliament alleging that some lawmakers failed to undergo screening at the airport on arrival from a foreign trip recently caused anxiety among the people at the complex on Monday. Already journalists covering the Senate have vowed to steer clear of their press center because of the danger in sitting at the overcrowded facility with no feasible ventilation. Staff of the banks within the complex said they will attend to customers, but with the highest conformity to the rules on social distancing and provision of hand sanitizer for customers. The greatest fear among some members of the National Assembly staff was whether federal lawmakers who just returned from foreign trips will be part of the plenary today. A few of them who spoke with our correspondents on condition of anonymity asked the leadership of the two chambers to excuse the affected legislators from coming to the office or attend plenary immediately. I contacted the spokesperson of the Senate, Senator Gudia Awakshi, said he was not aware if his colleagues had gone for the coronavirus test. The House of Representatives will, after a brief sitting today, adjourn plenary indefinitely as coronavirus spreads in Nigeria, hitting 40 cases already. The Speaker, Femi Bajabiamila, made this known in his opening remarks at the plenary. Bajabiamila said the lawmakers will only work on an economic stimulus bill to protect Nigerians and the economy against the impact of COVID-19, after which the House will shut down. The House had on March 3, 2020, resolved that the National Assembly should suspend plenary for 2 weeks for fear of coronavirus, asking the management to install screening and sanitation devices at the National Assembly complex Abuja. The minority leader, Ndudi Olumelu, has raised a point of order on legislative privilege. The Senate has adjourned plenary till April 7 as part of measures to prevent further spread of COVID-19 in Nigeria. The lawmakers took the decision after a closed-door session that lasted 1 hour. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawal, asked the federal government to assist the states with funds to combat the menace. He also stressed the need to set up a special fund to assist victims of COVID-19. The senators also observed a minute's silence for the late Senator Rose Oko. The Chief of Staff to President Muhammad Buhari, Abba Kyari, has tested positive for coronavirus disease COVID-19. There is no official confirmation yet, but officials, including a presidential aide, do not deny the report. Reporters have since learned that Mr. Kyari's close associates, including the former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babagana Kingibe, will be tested following Mr. Kyari's situation. Investigation showed that the results of alleged tests conducted for both Mr. Buhari and Mr. Kyari by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC), with the former allegedly tested negative while the latter tested positive. The source added that leading the close associates of Mr. Kyari to get tested on Tuesday is Mr. Kingibe, who is described by many as the political mentor of the Chief of Staff. Officials of the presidential villa confirmed to Premium Times that Mr. Kyari was not in the office on Monday and was set to come to work on Tuesday, as at the time of this report. Efforts to get official confirmation on Mr. Kyari's situation were unsuccessful Monday and Tuesday. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 2 new cases of the coronavirus pandemic. The NCDC made this known via its Twitter. NDCD tweeted 2 new cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed in Nigeria. 1 is in Lagos and 1 in Ogun. 1 case is a returning traveler. The second case is a contact of a previously confirmed case. As of 1 p.m. on March 24, there are 42 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria, 2 discharged, 1 death. The Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority has cleared cargo flights and aircraft in emergency for operations. In a circular to foreign and domestic airline operators, the NCAA also said over flights, operations related to humanitarian and medical relief flights were considered essential and will be permitted to operate. According to the regulatory agency, others considered for exemption from the international flights restriction includes technical stop where passengers do not disembark and other safety operations. The NCAA had on Saturday announced at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, and Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, will be closed to international flights from Monday, March 23rd. The NCAA also said on Monday that all aircraft must be disinfected and all passengers temperature checked and hand sanitized before each flight. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Immigration Service has suspended for 1 month the processing of passports and migrant e-registration due to the current outbreak and spread of COVID-19. The Comptroller General of Immigration Service, Mohammed Babandede, gave the directive in a statement on Monday by the Service Public Relations Officer, Mr. Sandy James. The Bayelsa State Government has barred persons coughing, sneezing, or showing any sign of respiratory infection from boarding any commercial vehicles and boats in the state. This was contained in a statement by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Transport, Ere Feke, as part of measures to manage the coronavirus pandemic in the transport sector of the state. He said that all vehicles will henceforth carry a maximum of the driver, 1 passenger in front seat and 2 passengers per seat, while KK riders will have 2 passengers with only the rider in front. Efeke also said that boats were not allowed to carry more than 2 passengers per seat. He further said all transport operators companies are expected to have at their entrances hand-washing equipment with soaps or running water. The government, while discouraging non-essential travels, directed the vehicle inspection officers of the ministry and the NURTW to 1. RCN, and other law enforcement agencies to supervise, coordinate, and enforce the directives. The Nigeria Immigration Service has announced the temporary suspension of passports and migrant registration due to the outbreak of the coronavirus in the country. This announcement was made in a press statement issued by the Comptroller General of the Service, Mohammed Babandede. The suspension takes effect from today, March 24th to April 23rd, and is in line with the government's directives. Nigeria on Saturday suspended all international flights into the country after the number of confirmed cases spiked on Saturday. EcoBank PLC has temporarily closed its Wuse to Abuja branch. The bank said it took the decision after the death of one of its customers who happened to be the first death case from coronavirus in Nigeria. According to a statement by the bank, the deceased visited the branch on March 12 and did not show any symptoms at the time of the visit. The bank advised that anyone who visited the branch in the past week should self-quarantine for 14 days beginning immediately. The first death recorded in Nigeria on Monday was a patient who had underlying illnesses and died due to complications in Abuja. He recently returned from the United Kingdom. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has threatened to invoke the law against violators of fair competition and consumer protection regulations in the country. The agency said this in a statement on Tuesday amid growing reports of arbitrary, unreasonable, and unconscionable